Okay, so more about this Golf. It's a 2006 Mk5 2-litre GT TDI. I think it'll be a 140 brake horse. Well, here's the car. So first looks absolutely fantastic. Good interior, blacked out windows at the back, climatronic, nice interior. Everything's happy days. I've already done the back brake pads. That's that sorted. So I'm undoing now this seized caliper at the front, and I found out the problem. Look at the disc. See the gap between there? This is the wrong size disc. So therefore, when they put the pads on, look at that, man. It's just eating at the pads. So what that's doing is, when the pads are on, you can see the overhang, it's just eating away and it's just rubbing on top of the disc. So look at that one. So for the sake of MOT, all I'm going to do is smash this off, put this back on, put the caliper back on, and then that'll have no resistance for MOT. Obviously once I get it home, I'll put the proper discs on when I have a good look at the full car itself. But aye, happy days. So it looks like I'll get an MOT out of this today. Dilly dilly. Right, well that's it guys. Both jobs done. Pads on that, and sorted out that problem on the other side. This disc is actually the right one on this side, so that won't be binding. So that's good. You'll not be able to see, but it's right. So that should be it. So I'm just going to check now and see how far away this garage is from here. If it's not too far, I'm just going to leave my car parked up somewhere on here, and then just drive this to the garage. Save hooking it up now and unhooking it at the garage, if you know what I mean, because I've got to put all the lights and everything on it. So anyway, I'll have a check of that and then decide whether I'm towing it to the garage or just driving it to the garage and coming back here to then hook up to the car. Dilly dilly. Anyway, on a good note, bit of a look on the interior of the car while I'm waiting to get it back in for MOT. So all the seats are nice and clean, no rips. All looks well. Roof lining's nice and clean. It's even got a sunroof, and as they normally do, they forget about the sunglasses. So yeah, last might have them. Pair of sunglasses there, freebies. I don't think there'll be any decent make or anything. It'll be from Aldi or B&M's or something. I don't know. Anyway, bollocks. Yeah, so that's alright. Being the GT model, you get the 3-spoke steering wheel. It's all 4 windows, electrics, heated mirrors. We've got central locking. Bit of a dodgy fuel switch going on here. I think you just need to put them back in. I don't know what's happened there. It's got your coming home lights. It's got cruise control. Yeah, set resume, happy days. Multi-function display. CD player. Obviously stereo. They normally leave a CD in as well. Let's see if they've left one in. No. So no CDs. But stereo works. It's got climatic control rather than aircon, which is good. So that'll maintain the temperature. Other than that, that's pretty much it, I think. So all in all, looking good, looking good. Oh, she's covered 153,000 miles, but when I drove it down here, it was absolutely spot on. Right, catch you later guys, dilly dilly. So while I was waiting in the car down there, I thought I might as well walk back to my car. It's a 15-minute walk. So I'll walk back to there, to Tdi Hill. Get my car, drive back down to that garage, and then at least once it's gone through MOT, I can just get it hooked up down there then that'll get sorted, like. Plus I've got a mask in that car. I didn't have one in mine, so at least I can pop into Greg's and get a coffee and that's the plan. Dilly dilly.
Continue on to
Well, just having a scout through the paperwork that was passed on to me from the previous owner. He's owned the car for 7 years, which is good. We've got a bill there for a turbocharger at 127,000 mile. So only really, let's see, what, 30, 40, 20, 26,000 mile ago, it's had a new turbo fitted. So that's happy days. The other good thing, which is the next page, is, look at that, replace full timing belt including water pump, and that was done at 92,000 for argument's sake. So that's happy days. So two of the biggest jobs really. As I say, this is a quick flip, this one, like. The service book is stamped up, that's in there. It's all stamped up, some independent garages, but it's all on there. It's had a new battery with a receipt from Halfords within the last 3 years certainly. So yeah, all's good. It's good when we land little gems like this. So yeah, I'm just still waiting now to get into this garage for this brake test, and hopefully it's got the full MOT. So time we're on now, 14:28. I've got another hour. I'm all brewed up, so nothing else today really. Twiddle me thumbs, dilly dilly. Right, all sorted guys. I'm all hooked up. Past MOT. Happy days. I'll tell you more about that later on, but it's passed. That's the main thing. So it's hooked up. I'm on my way back to Durham now. Dilly dilly. Well, I'm back. Turn the music down. I'm a bit steamed up. Starting to outside now as well. So good old Google Maps. So I managed to find my car again. Way! And it took us what, 15 minutes to warp back up. So I'm in a rush for that. So yeah, I'll just make my way, drive back to the garage now. And I noticed a Greg's just outside on the front street where not literally 2 minutes. So I'll get masked up, grab myself a brew, and chill out. Dilly dilly. So just arrived back. Just got to disconnect now, and then sort it out, drive it in somewhere. Happy days, dilly dilly. So the history on it, I've got search alerts on Gumtree, and this one had flagged up. So I clicked into it. It had only been on an hour. So I read the ad. It basically said a failed MOT. Now within the photographs, what he had on the ad was actually the registration, which was on the service schedule. So I used that to then check the MOT history on the government website, to find that it literally just failed on rear pads low and front pad or front caliper binding excessively. So that was the problem with it, and the only reason it hadn't passed MOT. So it's a no-brainer. Let's get in there and get it bought. So in the middle of me sending a message to the guy, the ad disappeared. So I was like, damn, missed out. Then it reappeared. What he'd done was he changed it from however, all was not lost, because I'd have been willing to pay that. What I did get cut long story short. So I then arranged to go and pick it up tonight, which I have done. When I got there, I took pads up with us and my tools, so I could hopefully do a quick fix to get it through MOT before bringing it back to home, which saved a 40-mile round trip. That I managed to do. So when I took the wheel off, and I explained this before, the reason it was binding on is if you look at the gap between the caliper and the disc, it's far too great. So straight away I knew that that was not the right disc for this this wheel station. It's too small. Therefore the pads, which you can't see at the moment but you will when I take them out, the pads were actually going over the top, which you may have seen from an earlier video, or a video that might come on next, because it'll be a bit back to front. So we can see there the gap on there. Now if we look at the gap on the other side, just to show you the difference. See how tight it is up against the caliper? That is the correct size disc with the correct parts. So with that other side not being the correct size, basically the pads were overlapping and cutting into the disc at the top and giving it a face on the friction on the circumference of the disc. Therefore it was binding, and therefore it failed MOT. So as a quick fix, all I done was knocked off the excess build-up on the pad, just so it didn't have any resistance. It's still got a slight bit of resistance there, but nowhere near as much. So the bloke, he did pass it at the garage. Now what he did say to the customer who I bought this car off, he quoted them £600 to get this fixed, and that's why the guy sold this car and I ended up getting it. £600. He said that the reason the caliper's stuck is it's the wrong guides. So basically this whole metal part here that's bolted on here, he said they're wrong, so you need new guides both sides, new calipers on the front and new calipers on the rear. £600. Doesn't need new calipers on the rear, they're fine, just needs new pads, and this just needs the correct size disc. Now you've got to feel for this guy who didn't have a clue about cars, because he's now, on the basis of a garage saying it's a £600 repair, has now sold his pride and joy. He was gutted to see this go. I've got the receipts, all the money he spent on it. He's had it for 7 years, and it's just, you know, it's just gutting for people like that. I mean, yes, it's my win, and it's just the way it goes, but I just cannot stand garages who rip people's eyes out. I mean, the guy didn't even get it fixed because of that. So he's just gone on the basis it was a £600 repair. So he decided to get rid. That's going to cost me £9.99 for a set of rear discs. So a tenner for the rear, not rear discs, rear pads. So £10 for a set of rear pads. And it's going to cost me probably 25 quid, 30 quid max for a new disc, the correct size, and a set of pads. Even let's call it 50 quid. 50 quid is all that is going to cost. And bearing in mind, I took it back to the garage and he passed the MOT on it. So that's now got a full year's MOT without me even doing anything to it. But I know that disc isn't right and it needs new pads. Anyway, there we go. So what I'm going to do now is take both discs off and just measure the correct one, and then order the correct size disc and get this car fettled and then cleaned up and put up for sale, dilly. Well guys, so I've stripped all the pads and discs down, waiting for the new ones coming. What I have noticed, and he had mentioned it on the ad actually, so it's no great shake. The water is getting behind basically the rubber sealant on here. So it all needs to come off all the way across. You can see it actually dripping out there. Yeah, so I'll take all that off all the way across, sand it all down, or wire brush it all down with the mechanical wire brush, put my rust eater on, let it harden, prime it, and then, you guessed it, bit of black Raptor, and that'll look brand new again. The actual body itself, it's there's no rust really at all, not even on the wings, which is good. Looks like it hasn't had a wash for a while, this. So I think this will come up well. I might actually take my time and give this a machine polish. Do a really good exterior and interior valet on this, which can only increase its value, seeing as I don't have to do much mechanically wise. it is due a service, so I will do a service on it. I'll check the air filter though, it might just need an oil service. Yeah, so but other than that and the discs and pads, that's it. I don't have to lift another spanner. It's now got a year's MOT, as we know. So it just needs a good clean and make it in as good a showroom condition as I can for the photos. You know, clean the alloys meticulously as well. They'll come up well. Yeah, so just spend some time that I would have spent mechanically just on doing the cosmetics. Make it look $1 million. Dilly. Maybe is what I should have done. It's just left it alone and stopped poking about. Right. As I say, he did mention on the ad about the wings, the sills, sorry. So this one ain't too bad. I mean, it looks bad. It's got an air hole in there, but air hole. But that's all right. The rest of it's solid. So happy days. So that'll just clean up and get wrapped it over the top to tidy that bit up. However, the other side, started with my screwdriver on this side to take all the paint off, and the whole sills just fell off. So that's obviously beyond repair. Well, not beyond repair, but beyond a bit of rubbing down and paint over. So that's going to need another piece welding on there. For sure. The only thing I could do was fiberglass it, because I can work wonders with that fiberglass stuff, but it'll take some shaping because there's nothing to put on with it. Like, I don't know. I might just take it to get it welded. It'll probably cost more, 100 quid or something to get welded. Then that's it. It's job done. And then I can just spray over the top of it. At least it's a proper job then. Right. That's it for now, dilly. Right guys, I have a plan. It's not so much a bodge really, because it's not structural this, it's just a sill. It's not affecting the main structure of the car. So I'm going to clean all this area up. I'll treat it with the rust hardener. That's just surface rust, all that. So that's fine. Then what I plan to do to fill this gap is use expanding foam. So I'll fill this with expanding foam, clearly let it expand and set. I'll then saw it off. I'll then use my mesh and the fiberglass, and then sand it back, and then paint it, and that will do just the job. Save some dollar. As I say, it's only for visuals and to stop any sharp edges. So as long as I get a nice clean finish and paint it up, that'll do it. Happy days. And then, as I say, it's got a year's MOT now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The rust's starting to go through underneath on this. So I'll just again get that all cleaned off. And get that rust eater on, and that'll make that nice and stable then. Happy days. Right. Dilly.